I want to have our teachers who are with us to stand. Teachers, we can't do this without you. Let's give our teachers a round of applause. Now, before we begin, I'm going to ask that we stand, and I'm going to ask a volunteer to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Right up front here. Come on, lady. Come on. Okay, sweet people. Come on. I want everyone to stand and lead us in the pledge. Right up. Okay, out. Please stand. Tell them.
Ready? Begin.
A choir director, and I used to be a teacher and a mom, and it's hard for us to stand still when we have this many children, so I'm going to walk and talk a little bit this morning. How many of you ate too much turkey? Too much dressing, gravy, rice, too much pie? There we got more hands. Well, I'm glad to see you today, and I hope that you had a wonderful holiday. This is really exciting for me, because when I first came, I talked to my team. I said, you know, what are we doing around science in our district? Because in our district, our motto is moving forward, full steam ahead. I want you to say that with me. Moving forward, full steam ahead. And so I said, steam? What is steam? I was so excited when I walked in today, and look what I saw. Learn STEAM. And so for Selma Unified, STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, but we also going to put Ag in ours for Selma. And M for what? Math. Because these are disciplines that young people like you really need to learn about. Do you know you are our scientists of the future? You're our teachers of the future. You are engineers of the future, our mathematicians, our artists, our agricultural folks of the future. We need you. And so, we are moving forward full steam ahead. Now, before I turn this over to you, to our presenters here today, I want to just tell you a little story. I have two sons. How many sons? Two. One's name is David and one's name is Michael. What are their names?
David and Michael.
And one of these days when they come to visit me, I'm going to bring them so you can meet them. Well, David and Michael were always very curious. They always loved to try to do experiments and figure things out. You guys remember the story of Curious George? Yeah, well, David and Mikey were like Curious George. So as a mother, I had to always like, where are they? Where are they? David is the oldest. He liked to take things apart. Yeah, I came home one day and the coffee table was flat on the floor of the den. He took all the screws out. You know, and his little brother Michael would watch him. So then Michael began taking things apart. So as a mom, I could do two things. I could really get mad at them and punish them, or I could say, they are very curious and they want to learn things. So I went and bought them some Legos. And some Tinker Toys. And the only rule I had was they had to put them all away when they finished because they didn't really do well in the vacuum cleaner. And moms, you all understand what I mean. So being curious is a good thing. Today, David is a physician and he works in the ER room saving people's lives. And people say, why do you want to be an ER doctor? He says, I like the excitement of learning something new every day. When someone walks in and they're very, very sick, he uses that same curiosity to make them well and to stabilize them and send them on to the specialist. So that curiosity began when he was really young, just like you. And Michael, who was also very curious, today he's a music engineer. You might hear some of his music on commercials. You may hear some of his music on the radio. He mixes and makes music. So science can come in all forms and fashion. This is time for you to build on your creative juices. How many of you like experimenting? Yeah, you want to experiment and you want to see what happens if you put these two things together and what will happen if you put this brick on top of that brick. So science is a wonderful thing, and I'm happy to see so many of you here today as we begin to kick off our science fair program in Selma. I would like to eventually have every boy and girl in Selma involved in a science fair project. That's my goal. So I'm happy to see that we have more students here today, this year, and as we continue to work and explore science, technology, engineering, arts, ag, and math, we'll continue to grow our science program here in Selma. Because we are moving forward, full what? Steam ahead. Thank you for your attention this morning, and thank you for being here. Again, thank you, teachers. We can't do this without you. I'm going to go ahead and turn the program over to our guest this morning. Thank you, boys and girls.